So I have had this Tarte product for at least a year now, and I almost didn't do a video about it because I thought, oh, I've had it for a long time, maybe they don't make it anymore, but they still make it. And so I kind of wanted to just upload a video about it because it has lasted so incredibly long. Like, it's been great. I really love it, and I've barely made a dent on this side of it. And so this is the Tarte at Ease micronized clay calming concealer, and it's this two-part kind of contraption. And so what I originally had was Bare Minerals or Bare Essentials or Rare Minerals, whichever line it is of the line within the line. They make this kind of calming yellow tinted powder that's supposed to be like a blemish powder, and that's where this little brush actually came from, this handy dandy brush. But I went through it pretty quickly, and I liked it, you know, so I liked the idea of it, but I forget how I came about this, but I ended up getting this, and I like this one so much better than the Bare Minerals version. First off is because it's a two-part contraption. I think that's what's really nice about it. I'm sure it's more expensive, but it has lasted a year, at least a year for me. So I don't use this side very often, and what this is this is a creamy yellow kind of toned concealer. And I don't use it very often because if you can kind of see here, it's very yellow tinted. But the whole point is if you have something raging in red, then it helps kind of calm down that redness. So it does blend in pretty nicely without leaving. It doesn't settle into the cracks too much, and it does actually have pretty good coverage. I guess I should have tried to cover up a mole to kind of show you how good the coverage is. So do you see that? That was like a little mole here. And so it's very buildable. And do you see how it's tinting the back of my hand pretty yellow? Okay, so that gave me some pretty good coverage on my little mole here. And it blends in pretty nice, and it doesn't settle into the fine lines of the back of my hand too much. Okay, but what I really love is the powder part, because I'll use a concealer, and then at the very end, if I still have some redness coming through, instead of building up more kind of cakey concealer on top of it, I like to just finish it off with some of this powder. And so you just have a bunch of powder, and you can obviously put it in the cap or put it on this side, whichever. I do like this little Bare Minerals brush that came with the old thing, but I prefer this powder so much more. So just put some powder on the brush here, okay? And we'll go back to my little mole example, and you just kind of brush it on over top. And this is a lighter yellow color, so it has a little bit of a brightening kind of effect. And maybe a mole is a bad example because it's not very red, but it helps so much to cover up any kind of red blemishes or redness that I have. And that's what I really, really love it for. So what I like to do is I'll put on my BB cream, and then I put concealer over BB cream. I don't know if that's appropriate, but that's what I do. And then I put like Target concealer, like concealer with acne treatment on whatever spot that's bothering me or on any kind of red spot. And then I set my whole face with like a mineral veil powder. And then after all of that, if I still have redness coming through, which I know I do because I don't like to wear heavy cakey layer of makeup, so I put everything on really thin. So then I'll still have a little bit of redness showing through, and that's where I love this product, to actually just put it over top, whatever one spot or couple of spots that it is. I just brush it over top of that area, and it takes away all the redness. And the other thing that's really nice is that it's this all-natural kind of micronized clay, so it's not irritating. Like, it doesn't irritate my skin anymore, and it does take out the redness, and it does kind of, because it's a powder, I think that's why I like it, it kind of helps set whatever concealer I put over top of that. underneath it. So it's kind of just a nice layering order so that in the end I don't look cakey, but all of my redness is concealed, which I kind of have sensitive combination skin. So, you know, most of my face is dry and then small patches will be oily and red. So those small oily red patches, it's really nice to just be able to do spot treatment with this little Tarte micronized clay concealing powder. So I think if this is still at some stores, I would highly recommend you trying it. And if you don't like it, you should just gift it to someone because there is so much powder in here. Like this, I've had this for at least a year and I know I have. So it lasts a really long time and I've really been enjoying it. So I highly recommend this as kind of a powder blemish concealer.